Hey, it's Patrick, and today I'm going to show you how to install Letric Lighting's dual 7-inch LED headlights on this Road Glide. Now we're doing this for a couple of reasons. One, aesthetics. It's going to make this bike look a lot more like aggressive and kind of performance oriented. The other reason, maybe the most important reason, it's very, very bright. Almost 8,000 lumens per side, super bright light. Now, we had to do a couple of things to get us to this point to install this. That's remove the outer fairing and remove the gas tank. We'll drop links in below so you know how to do that. Going all the way back to 15 for the Road Glides, all the way up through Milwaukee 8, it's gonna be the same installation. If you're wondering what tools you're gonna need, we'll drop a list of those in the description below. The first thing we need to do, go back under the seat, and we need to disconnect our battery positive and negative cables. How very Harley-Davidson of them to put 17 pounds of plastic in the way. I'm just kidding. It's fine. So the next thing we need to do is get our old headlight out of the fairing. I recommend putting a cloth or a t-shirt or something down on your front fender so you don't drop something on it and scratch it. First thing we need is a T25. There's a trim piece on each side of the headlight. T25 screw at the top and the bottom. Take those off. There's two plugs attached to the top of the headlight. We need to just remove those from the headlight. Then we have a 3/16 Allen on the top and bottom of each side of the headlight, so 4 total. We'll pull those out, pull the headlight out, and unplug it. We need to save 2 of those Allens because we're going to need them later. All right, now we need to route all of our wiring. What we're gonna do right here in this fairing stay, there's a hole on the brake side of the bike. We're gonna route it back through that hole. We're gonna follow the ABS lines, the brake lines back. Now you can crack that plastic tray open and run it with the rest of the wires. I think that's opening a bit of a can of worms. I like zip tying them right in between there to the ABS lines. We're just gonna lay this back by the battery. We're not gonna hook it up yet. Once we have all of the wiring secure, we're gonna come up here and we're going to plug in this part of the plug to our stock harness. After that, we'll be ready to start actually mounting the light. Okay, we're ready to put our new headlight in, but we have to take a bracket off the headlight to install it first. So on the top of the headlight, there's gonna be these 2 7/16 nuts that are attached right here to this spring setup. We're gonna pull both of those nuts off. There's gonna be a piece that falls loose, save that with the headlight. We're gonna take the bracket with the screws and springs on them, take the 2 3/16 Allens that we saved from earlier. We're gonna go install that bracket to the top part of the headlight where we removed these 2 screws before. So we're gonna throw some blue thread locker onto our hardware that we saved from our headlight. We're gonna go ahead and install our bracket up on the top. All right, I'll grab the headlight. Now we need to continue the installation of our headlight. We're going to take our springs, slide them on here. And then we're gonna take our trim piece and put it up here. Before we do that, we're gonna lay the headlight down and plug it in. So for the plugs, it's pretty easy. They're tagged low beam to low beam, plug it in. And the remaining one, just plug right in. Kind of try to push them back out of the way or push them up in here to where you have some room. And that'll help you with clearancing when you put the headlight up there, which we're doing next. This is the trim piece for the top. It's a triangle piece. The trim piece for the bottom has little wings on it. They'll only go one way, so you can't really mess these up. We're gonna put this like this so that it points down into the gap in the headlight. That's what this is for, to take up that gap in the headlight. Put it on there and start both of our 7/16 nuts. This can be a little tricky. You might need a third hand. Okay, so we have our second trim piece. It slides up into place behind the light. The new screws that are supplied, we're gonna put thread locker on there. We're gonna run those through, and on the back, we're gonna put a spacer before we thread them into the motorcycle. We're gonna put them down snug. Move across and tighten this other one up. So at this point, I'm gonna make sure all of our wiring up here is tidied away, and then we can go back to the battery and we can hot this whole system up. Okay, now we need to hook up our positive and negative cables. Two tips. One, hook your positive cable up first, and the second being, make sure you still have access to your fuse right here, because if something goes wrong, you're gonna wanna be able to access that. We'll get these hooked up and we'll see how bright they are. If you're looking to add lights so bright you can see into the future, these Lectric 7-inch jobs will pretty much get it done for you. Overall, a really good game for a pretty easy install in both aesthetics and extreme functionality. Looking for more information on this setup, go ahead and click that info tab on your desktop or mobile device. That'll take you to our product detail page, where you can read other writer reviews and more specs about these lights. If you still need more information, feel free to reach out to our customer service team. They would love to talk to you about what works best for you, your motorcycle, and your budget. I am Patrick. Thank you for watching. Now go work on those motorcycles.